everyone. This is Francisco, and I'm recording this video because um, there's this police pursuit that I just randomly selected to watch on YouTube. Um, right here it says 2 days ago. In the description, it says KCal was over the scene of a wild high-speed chase through Los Angeles and Orange counties on Tuesday evening, in which the suspect is believed to have hit one person and crashed at least two other uninvolved cars before finally being taken into custody. Um, and I just wanted to kind of like share this idea, which I already shared this idea in another video, but um, I'm going to like basically do it all over again because I was playing Ghost Recon, the video game on Xbox, and I was thinking for CHP to do something like this. So Ghost Recon, Wildlands is the game that I was playing. Uh, Enemies on map. So when you're playing the video game, they provide on the lower right corner. They actually provide a map, and it actually shows like little pictures of the enemies, and then if there is an enemy car, a vehicle, like approaching, it will show it in red. Let me see if I can find something. Well, it has it right here, but it's not very clear. So maybe it's not the map. Maybe it's like a radar or something like that. Yeah, like this. So, um, so for instance, the helicopter um, could provide its you know, GPS coordinates. Um, so it will basically give and provide CHP like a approximate location of where the driver is, and maybe even the street could be highlighted. And I was thinking if the driver is driving on a street, whatever street the vehicle is driving on, I was thinking that somehow, you guys can provide people with an alert, kind of like Amber Alerts, on a cell phone. Okay, so they'll be able to receive a notification alerting them that there's a police pursuit, and for them to, stay off the streets, or even the sidewalks, until it's cleared out. The vehicle is cleared out from their area just to keep them safe. So Amber Alert on a phone. So something like this. Um, Child abduction, Amber Alert, Amber Alert, Paradise, 86, Camo, F-250. So they provide a description of the vehicle and some other information here that I don't even recognize or know about. And then it says suspect is white male. Check local media. So something like this. Amber Alert, emergency alerts. Amber Alert, San Francisco, California. Amber Alert, LIC. Oh, license number, California, 2010 Toyota Corolla. Um, so yeah, basically, something like that would keep people safe because in this video, towards the end of the video, the suspect was running red lights, the street lights, and I'm assuming that there might have been someone that was crossing the street, and or maybe the suspect got onto the sidewalk. Either way, they said that someone was hit by the vehicle, and it's crazy because they entered a no-fly zone, so they couldn't even record what happened. So they had to stay outside of the no-fly zone area. So that's when something along these lines would keep people safe. And not only that, because CHP officers, they can't really tag the vehicle, unless there's a tagging way to tag the suspect's vehicle. But if that's not provided, you people can rely on the choppers, and it will be pretty obvious where it'll be kind of like an approximate location, and I think it'll be kind of obvious because you guys will be able to see like where the chopper is flying, and that'll give you guys like a general idea of where the suspect is at. So so yeah, I don't know if something like that it's even possible, but it'll be super easy as well for CHP officers to be able to respond and know the exact location by doing all this with computers. And I'm assuming you guys will end up doing it with AI technology, so that you guys will be able to instantly receive a notification, or active crime cases or something, like a drop down a list. You guys will receive like a notification. You guys will be able to click on it, and then you guys will be able to respond to that or something like that. Especially if you guys are in the general area of the police pursuit. And these guys are always revealing what street the suspect is also on. So, like I said, it could be highlighted on the street. The street could be highlighted, but maybe people that are walking around in public, or even at home, because I don't know how this will work. They'll just receive a notification to stand clear of all traffic, until like further notice or whatever. And I'm even thinking, um, that they could receive some type of, like some type of picture like this on their phone, just stating, like, watch out, there's a police pursuit, an active police pursuit in the area, and just, try to avoid any streets or sidewalks momentarily, that type of thing, for these people to not get ran over or hurt, um, while there's an active, police pursuit. Because I don't think that's even, um, I honestly do not think that that is even possible at the moment. And I mean, I could fire up my Xbox, and I can show you guys, exactly what I mean with the little map thing. Um, but I would have to like start shooting at the enemies, or something like that, and then they call for backup, and then on the map you'll start seeing like vehicles approaching the area, and that's pretty much what I'm referring to. Um, and I think it could be done, like I said, with the GPS coordinates of the chopper, of the helicopter. Um, so you guys can actually, um, use, because I'm pretty sure these choppers have a GPS, device installed in them. So it will just be a matter of sharing that data, um, to ground units, CHP officers, and also to civilians to, get out of the streets, especially if there's children or families walking around, or, something like that. Like, I don't know exactly, like, every single situation, but sometimes, um, it could be like a busy night where there's a lot of people outside. It could be a very busy, strip, with, a lot of, vendors, um, or there could even be like a concert or a party or something like that, or even a bar, and there's a lot of people outside. And I'm thinking that people will just, be more cautious of what's going on, and they would attempt to, get out the streets, just temporarily, as as the vehicle passes through the area, and then obviously, um, um, doing the same thing, um, for in whatever direction the driver is traveling at, in the direction the driver, the suspect is traveling on, on the road, in the streets, or even in, um, roads, like, residential streets. Okay, because sometimes, these suspects, they'll get out of the freeway, and then they will enter a neighborhood trying to, either, um, either they're trying to get back on the freeway, or they're trying to make like a U-turn, or they're just trying to lose the police. So sometimes they do go into, residential streets. So that's when this kind of logic or idea will be, very helpful, and just adding, it would just add like another measure of, protection and safety for all people. Um, Now, as far as the driver receiving that notification or alerts, that's a whole different story. I mean, I don't know how that will work to attempt um, to not allow the people in the vehicles, the suspects, and if the vehicle is packed with other people and they have cell phones, um, it could I don't know, it will just notify them as well. Unless you guys will have like a way to not have the driver receive the notification as well. But even if they do, just imagine what it will do to that person's phone as well. It will interrupt any type of communication the driver is attempting to make, because the person will just continue to get notifications, emergency alert notifications. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's just an idea. I don't know if it's even possible. Um, but if somehow you guys can make it happen, I think we can prevent you know people from getting ran over, because like towards the end, um, the driver did go on like on the streets, and then this is when the driver, like, I mean the helicopter, yeah, right here you guys can see it couldn't really film what was going on. You see that? So they had like no visual of what was going on because of the what's it called, the freaking no fly zone restriction that they you know that they were like attempting to fly through. um so they had to avoid it, and they couldn't record what was going on. But the chopper guy, he stated that the driver, somehow he got information that he got a report that the driver accidentally, or I don't know if it was accidental or if he did it on purpose. But yeah, either way, the driver hit someone. So I mean, that's pretty fucked up, for people to be walking around on the streets and for a vehicle to hit them. So and I think it could be prevented. You know Maybe, even if it's 50% more um of a chance for them not to get hit, and for them to you know stay off the streets. But I mean, it would have to be they would have to respond really fast. They would have to pull out their phone. So they would have to say police pursuit, stay away from streets and sidewalks. And then if you guys want to provide more information, you guys will be able to do that. But just with that notification, you people can educate people to, you guys can create like a safety video. So if people start receiving these notifications, they could look it up online, and then they'll have a general idea of what to do. and it could be like a demonstrational video, a instructional video where it will just educate people, like, okay, if you guys receive this, try to not cross any streets. If you're walking, if you're riding a bicycle, pull off to the side until until like further notice or whatever. Or I don't know, like maybe you guys can write like kind of like a note, like a notary cleared type of description, like, oh, it's all clear now, or something along those lines. I don't really know. I don't know how everything will work, but because the driver could also turn back around and go back in the same direction. But either way, if you guys are able, and if you guys have the power to do that and the authority to send notifications to the people in real time, I think stuff like this could be avoided, because I've watched a lot of police pursuits just over the course of my life, and sometimes there is some people who are attempting to cross the streets, and the helicopter actually is recording everything, but sometimes the pedestrians are like either too far, or the suspect will avoid them and swerve and get out the way. But I remember there was one police pursuit where someone was crossing the street, and the person like jumped back because the vehicle got so close to him. So he basically, he basically saved his own life and his body, from injuries, or from potentially going, freaking paralyzed or whatever, because these suspects are traveling over the speed limit, and they're driving very, very fast. So in these type of cases, they'll be able to, run, out of the street, especially if they're crossing the street or whatever. Stuff like that. So I think it will be a easy, what's it called? Like an easy implementation. I just don't know who will manage it and who will, actually send these notifications, and how it would happen. But maybe you guys can install something on the actual chopper to send these signals out to people's cell phones in the heat of the moment, in real life time. So it'll probably show like a radius, or it'll cover a certain radius where the notifications will be sent out to. And then, if you guys can somehow do it, maybe a few miles out to people in the surrounding area, or maybe you guys can cover like maybe a 2-mile radius, or even more than that, maybe like 5-10 mile radius. That way everyone will be notified of what's going on in their area, and they'll be able to avoid the the suspects. And if you guys can also provide a link, um, because some of these are recorded live, some of these police pursuits. So if people receive the notification, they could also receive um, like a link so they can watch it live. So they will have a like a general idea where it's happening, and if if it's if it's safe for them to go back out on the street, on the sidewalks or whatever they're doing, right? So they could continue with their daily routine without further interruptions. So something along those lines would be helpful to everyone. And not just that, but you guys will have more viewers as well. So when it comes to like social media and people tuning into the news, you know, and not just that, but also like if you guys need like any witnesses or witness statements, like let's say if anyone has information, they'll be able to to comment and send that to to the police, and those comments and stuff like that will actually be used. They could be used against the suspects when the suspect is later in custody. Because there is a police pursuit that I was watching a while back, and there was only like 2 police units, and the suspect like scraped the side of another vehicle, and then the police officers just kept on going, because they couldn't stop. So the person that was sideswiped, they will receive the notification, and then they will be able to, share more information, or even, call the cops, and then basically, it will tag the vehicle. The accident will be connected with this police pursuit. Especially if there is not a lot of witnesses, or whatever the case might be. This would just be proof for the insurance companies as well to fix the damages that the suspect did to people's vehicles or properties. So property damage will be covered and stuff like that as well. So there's a list of things that that could come about with just doing this simple implementation, and it will also keep people busy, and people will start engaging in this in any police pursuit, and if there is a CHP officer or CHP officers right behind the suspect, and obviously the suspect is not stopping, then it will automatically be, classified as a police pursuit, because sometimes the suspect takes off, drives so fast that he loses um, the CHP officers. They just can't keep up for whatever reason, and sometimes that happens, But the chopper stays on the vehicle. Um, like in this case, he was driving so fast that another CHP officer wasn't even able to. Um, well, I think he was able to catch up to him, but there was others that weren't. So, anyways, so even the CHP officer, the police vehicles, they could have a GPS, and those notifications could be, sent out to people in the area, like just like a radius. But like if the police officer is in one pinpoint on the map, like this, like it's right on the center, and the suspect, let's say this red dot is the suspect, this radius right here, this circle, we can basically just cover like at least 5 miles or 10 miles, and people will receive those notifications regardless of where the suspect churns. Okay, that type of thing. And so if the suspect is traveling this way, which is northeast, in this map here, on this road here, I think it's a road, or maybe it stops here, but whatever, let's just assume the road continued. Obviously that radius will move out, so people will know, like over here, eventually that circle is going to move, so people will know, okay, that's not in my area any longer, so we're good to continue doing whatever the heck we were doing, right? That type of thing. But if the suspect is traveling over here, you guys will be able to provide that type of coverage to the public. If you guys are even allowed to do that, I don't know, but I think it would be super cool to somehow connect Google Maps or whatever, whatever maps that you people use, like CHP officers, it could actually have it like the video game here on the lower right corner of the police pursuits. So right here, instead of showing this right here on this screen, obviously it will be this, and then over here on the bottom right, it will have like a map like this one. Oh, I'm sorry, like this one right here, something like this. And as the helicopter is traveling, it will actually display that on the police pursuit news coverage. If that's even possible, again, I really don't know. But I think that with technology, you guys should be able to do that and could do that. Um, just so that again, just so people can be aware, and so they could be so just so people could be you know safe, so they could in a way protect themselves and their families. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I think that I did talk about some of this stuff, but I never shared these images of the Ghost Recon um, um, video game. But I did talk about the notifications and somehow providing those notifications to people in the area, especially as the police pursuit is active and stuff like that. Um, and maybe you guys will be able to add more things on top of this because you guys are smarter. You guys are in the business. I'm not. So what do I know about stuff like that? Besides the things that I watch on YouTube. Okay, so I'm basically handing this down to like law enforcement so that you guys can keep people safe. So if people get hurt or whatever, um, at least, well, we all know you guys are doing your jobs, right? You guys are protecting people and trying to keep these suspects out of out of the streets, and behind bars. So people will be aware of this in the following coming up years. But I mean, it would be nice if. So there's the map with the little red dot of the driver. Oh, and when the enemies are present with the vehicle, like instead of it being white like this, it will actually be red. Okay, but you guys could just do a dot. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. And well, you guys already have like the view of where the vehicle is traveling on which streets or which highway, which freeway. But yeah, just having that down here, so if people are watching live, when they receive the notifications, they could be like, oh crap, that's like super near me, this is my area or whatever. So if somehow you guys could provide that with Google Maps. And I'm thinking, yeah, like this type of view would be really good right here, like something like this. So having like that circle, um, oh, kind of like a fire. Watch, let me type it up. Fires. Oh, it's not actually showing. Oh wait, yeah, it's not showing an actual fire, but it would be nice if this had that. But anyways, so that's another idea. But I guess if you guys are watching this, you guys are working for Google or whatever, maybe you guys could have that on Google Maps as well, active fires or whatever. But fire red zones. So when people are told to evacuate a certain um, fire zone, it's actually highlighted on the map like so. Like this. Um, so that's the idea behind this. See, like this. It says red bank fire, and it's highlighted in red, and then it shows like a picture um, of the map. So somehow um, having that as well. I know that on YouTube there's clickable buttons on the actual video. So maybe if someone wants to enlarge the map, all they would have to do is click on it, whether on their cell phones, they'll be able to click on that, and it'll take them to a different um, like a different page, a different tab, and then they'll be able to like have a bigger picture, like a blow up, an enlarged, you know, view of it like this. Like if I were to zoom in, just like that. So yeah. So so like this one here, the map looks kind of small. So if it's small, they'll be able to click on it, and then it will, they'll click on it, and it'll be enlarged like that. So they'll be looking at the police pursuit. They'll click on this, and it will be enlarged like this. That simple. And if they want to go back, all they would have to do is you guys know how to use this smartphone. Um, oh, those are the wrong videos. Yeah, so they'll be able to go back. Okay, to the police pursuit thing. But yeah, having something like that, and then maybe other information, just like you guys have, like this. You guys have KCal News. It's live, breaking news, CHP pursuits, CBS News, Los Angeles. All this information right here. They're displaying the speed limit, that an approximate speed limit of how fast the driver is traveling, and then you guys are sharing in a descriptive matter what freeway or whatever the suspect is traveling. It says location right here, right underneath it. So having that map will be beneficial to people who will be on ground, and when they receive those notifications, they'll be able to click on the map and have a general idea of where it's at. Now, maybe it won't show it live, but like I said, you guys can have a link to it so people can watch it live, and that will instantly reveal the actual you know, coordinates or whatever to people, and not just to citizens, but also to surrounding police officers, people in the area. That way, you guys will be able to respond much quicker, without you know typing all this information up on your computers. Because I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I don't know if someone just says, "Oh, we're like," I don't know if they say all this. We're on California 60 East, 60 and exit 24A, Santa Ana, Orange County Freeway, East San Gabriel Valley. Like, I don't know how you guys relay that information to each other. So if the suspect is stopped on a street, and you guys don't really know what street it is, so you have to type it up, that's just a waste of time. So with this idea, you guys will be able to, just click on a link yourselves, and click on navigate, start navigation on on your freaking, your center console on your police units, and and right here you would just click on directions, and right away you will be able to follow the little blue, highlighted thingy that Google provides for us, and I'm assuming for you guys as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think from this point on, it should just be common sense, and it'll just be a matter if you guys want to do it, because it's not up to me. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I think it'll be a great idea, and I think people have the right to know in real life time when these police pursuits are occurring, when they're happening. Because, like I said, the chances of someone getting ran over will decrease by a certain percentage. I say like a 50-50 chance. But maybe the percentage is higher. Maybe the percentage will go, maybe it'll be more like 80% of people clearing out the streets, or at least like, getting out of a crossing zone and stuff like that. Because I don't know how this person was ran over. And I just think it's really sad, and I'm just thinking of ways to prevent that in the future. And I quickly just thought about this, and that's why I'm sharing this information with all of you, because I think that it will just help people to be aware of their surroundings. And people are just walking on the streets, they're minding their own business, for a crazy psycho to freaking sideswipe them, or actually run them over, like, completely. Like, that's fucked up. So I mean, that could be us one day, walking on the street, not being aware that there's an active police pursuits, and in those type of situations, it's a matter of life or death. Some of these people could survive, or not, or they could even be badly injured, where they won't be able to walk anymore, or they'll be so badly injured um, that they become handicapped in one way or another, you know, depending on how the vehicle, uh, hits the 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 pedestrians. If it happens, in this case, it did happen. And everyone is just like, "Oh, that's super sad. That's fucked up," and it's very true. It is. But I think that somehow displaying this to people will just help them, in more ways than I can imagine. And all of you as well, all of you who are serving your country and your communities and stuff like that. It will just be another avenue for you people to keep people safe, and out of harm's way. Because in situations like this, these suspects are are obviously avoiding from getting captured and dragged into prison. And they are, they will just do, sometimes they make stupid choices just to avoid, getting captured. So, yeah, like, I think that this idea will help, a lot of people. And if there's a witness, like, in the area, and witnesses a suspect, like, throw something out, maybe they have a weapon, and they throw it out the vehicle, and they receive that notification, and they actually witnessed the person throwing something out, like an object or whatever, or drugs, the witnesses will be able to report it when they receive that notification, in the comment section. So things like that, something that the helicopter police officers might miss, maybe other people won't. And also, there's CCTV. So even with CCTV, that type of coverage, like when the person was hit, I'm pretty sure there was cameras in the area. Hopefully there was. That way, this evidence could be used against the suspect in the court of law. And so that the medical industry, they could also have a file, like a video of this actually happening. That way they could have a more better understanding of what happened and how the person got hit, so they could better heal the person. And if they need to perform surgery or whatever the case may be, they'll know, how it happened, like the car accident, the vehicle accident. So stuff like that also plays a factor in someone from, dying or not. Because, a lot of the cameras are connected with AI technology. And when, I'll type it in: AI cameras um, detecting weapons on a person, or like sometimes the person is holding the weapon. So you guys will see that right now in these images that I'm about to um, share with all of you. So this is AI technology actually detecting. Um, Look, it says gun detected right here. It says gun detected. There was a gun detected on camera back exterior, and that's the person with the weapon, and it looks like this is a police officer right here. Whether the person sees it or not, that's a whole different story. Um, so with these AI technology cameras, if they if the cameras capture someone getting in a vehicle accident, um, the cameras could also make a report to dispatch as well, and to the medical industry, so they could also respond. And if the cameras detect smoke and fire, the cameras will also be able to report that to the local firefighter community. The fire stations. Um, so there's a lot of other things that are happening. Um, so so yeah, like I think that in the next following in these coming up years, I think all of this could be made available for everyone, because you know um, law enforcement is not fucking around with anyone, and we all know that. Um, and if people are, you know, um, doing anything, they're going to get caught. It's just a matter of time. Um, but yeah, like all these cameras and stuff are very helpful. And then there's CCTV, which I already talked about. But if, in case you guys are not aware of it, it's just like a network of cameras, whether they are commercial cameras or residential cameras, like your Ring cameras on your doorsteps. And you guys already know there's a lot of people stealing people's packages, the UPS packages and stuff like that. And a lot of people have actually been caught from that. So Ring cameras, catching people steal packages. So um, so all this extra footage could help in some of these cases as well. In when the suspects get arrested, and some of these the camera footage could actually be used in courts. Let's say the police stopped the vehicle on a residential street. Well, everything's being recorded right here as well. From this angle. So there's different types of situations where the suspects actually surrender immediately. Sometimes they get out of the vehicle and start running. Um, um, and sometimes they release the canines. And I'm thinking, maybe you guys can also have, the AI cameras with the detection features. So in this case, if there's a lot of police officers here, a lot of police units, maybe the camera could also report that. for whatever reason, if it's even necessary. Um, and it could actually connect the case. You know, it's like yeah, when someone opens a case against, when someone files it for a new case, and it's like this person against this person or whatever, or these people against these people, or whatever the case might be, right? AI technology could actually link it all together and connect it together, um, so that all of the evidence will be collected and used against the person, that used the against the suspects, or yeah, right, is that how you say it? So it'll be used like towards the suspects. um so yeah. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of people who are walking around, and sometimes their Ring cameras, or whatever kind of doorbell camera they have, or even if they have a regular camera, is it catches these people um, stealing other people's packages. It says right here, it says, when your parents' neighbor from upstairs gets caught red-handed stealing their package. She's been stealing everyone's packages in the building, hence the Ring doorbell camera being installed. So they obviously figured that case just with the camera. So yeah, these cameras are actually a great tool for law enforcement, and for a bunch of other industries as well. Um, so including keeping people safe and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to share this information again with everyone, because it's just my own thoughts. I think it's important. Whether you people do it or not, that's irrelevant. And I'm not going to sweat, even though it's hot in my room right now, and I want my slider open and my fan on. But it kind of it ruins the video with background noise. So I, on purpose, turn off my fan and close my door. But I am hot in here. But I just think this is super important, and worthy of my time to share this. Because there's times as well when some of these suspects actually get away, and I'm thinking, with the Ring cameras, if the vehicles happen to pass by, like the vehicle, the one evading police passes by like super fast, maybe these cameras could even have like a speed detection. So if someone's driving super fast, it could actually report it to law enforcement as well. So there's a number of things that you guys can do to update the security measures, to keep people safe, and also to have AI technology send out these signals, and it could even, like, it will eventually even be able to track that person. Just like how it is with CCTV. Um, so if these people think they got away, you guys will have, you know, hopefully some type of, you guys will be able to make a connection with an active police pursuit where the suspect got away, but then CCTV recognizes other driving violations. It will then be able to track that person, wherever the person eventually goes to, whether it's a public parking area, just to like try to get away and blend in with everyone. That, or if the person drives to a friend's house or back to their home, and as soon as they get out the vehicle, if they have cameras as well, obviously the cameras and the neighbors their cameras will be able to detect the vehicle with CCTV and the detection features, and then you guys will get a facial recognition, and then the police officers that were chasing this guy down, maybe they could drive over there. I don't know how that works. I don't know if going out of the jurisdiction is permitted, but let's assume that the suspect went out of their jurisdiction. Is it permitted for them to drive to an active case outside of their jurisdiction? Now, if it is, then they could actually make a what's it called, a verification. They could verify if that was a vehicle or not, and possibly even the person. Now, if they're not permitted or allowed, at least they can be called to court to review the case or whatever, or maybe they could receive some images in real life time, so they can say, oh yeah, that was definitely the vehicle and that was definitely the person. And then police officers, wherever the suspect went to, will be able to make an arrest right there on the spot. So something like that will also be very helpful, because no one wants people like that in public. And there's some people that are doing life in prison, and people just can't tolerate ignorance. So I mean, if they're arrested, that's great and everything. Prisons were created for people like that, and obviously they have equal rights and equal opportunities, and they're going to be treated like humans, not like animals. Okay, so I understand all that. But if they're like obstructive, they're violent, I mean, no one wants people like that around them. I know I don't. And I don't want my family or my friends around people like that either. So if I'm able to help out, I'm going to help out in any way possible. Because, fuck all that. These people get away. Like, what the fuck were they even up to? And why were they evading police officers to begin with? All these questions arise in my mind, and it bothers me, especially when they say that some of these police pursuits um, end up not, like, the suspects don't even get arrested. And I can look it up statistically. How many police pursuits? Oh yeah, or yeah, how many police chases get away? So let's just look at that. Something that Google provided. So Search Labs AI overview: the apprehension rate for police pursuits has declined over time, dropping from 91.2% in 2010 to 38% in 2022. In California in 2020, 42.4% of suspects evaded arrest. You see that? That's huge. That's a huge fucking number. That's like half of these police pursuits, um, going unsolved. This is similar to like cold cases. Where the suspects are not even fucking arrested and behind bars. And it's super scary just knowing that these people could be anyone. They could be your neighbors, they could be your family members, it could be your fucking wife, it could be your husband, it could be anyone. And that's fucking scary to me. Okay, so I mean, this is some serious shit. 42.4% of suspects evaded arrest. It says, but law enforcement chose to voluntarily stop the pursuit in about 52.8% of those cases. And it's like, fuck that. We're going to get each and every single one of these motherfuckers with AI technology. And everyone working together. And everyone working against each other as well. Because not everyone's your buddy. Not everyone's going to back you up. And all of us don't know what's really going on. And why these cases were voluntarily stopped. Fuck that. So that's when AI technology will come into the picture and, arrest and arrest these people, and at least to the point where they go to court and get like prosecuted, so those violations could be added to their belt, to their crime sheet, their record. Because none of us know what's really going on. And for those of you who come from different countries and are police officers, I think you guys will even vouch for this idea yourselves, because a lot of these countries have been going at it with a lot of other countries. Okay, so this is a way for you people to fight back as well against the American people. If they want to fuck around, I don't give a fuck if they're police officers or firefighters or surgeons or whatever the fucking case might be. Okay, this is some serious shit. And when it comes to people breaking the law or whatever, we all just have to play the game. So like I said, I do not know why these cases were voluntarily stopped, but I think it's a bunch of BS. And with CCTV, I think more of these cases and a huge number, a huge percentage of of this number right here will decrease. Okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna continue reading. It says police chases can be dangerous for both officers and suspects, and a committee of experts and policing executives say chases should be rare. In California, there are no chase laws for motorcycle pursuits when the chase is deemed too dangerous for the public and other law enforcement. You see that? That's a bunch of bullshit. They're basically saying, oh, it's okay for them to get away because it's too dangerous. But we have AI technology. We have street cameras. You guys have a description of the paints on the vehicle, on the bicycle, and if you guys are sharing emergency alerts to the people, to the public, if someone recognizes that bike and that person, guess what? Now you guys have a witness. Oh, like, oh yeah, I know this fucking guy. Whether they're on the phone or typing. The same is true with murder cases. If you know anything regarding this case, call. And then they provided a number. Like right here, I'm just going to select a random one. It says Dateline, Cold Case Spotlight, Rosalind Mezier. Or right here on the bottom. If you know anything, call the Natchitoches Parish Sheriff's Office at this number. And then it has like little bullet points there, and it says on September 15th, 1988, the body of 26-year-old Rosalind Mezier was found floating in the Cane something river south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Rosalind's blue 1985 Buick was found the same day about 20 miles away near the Bayou Jacko Club in Natchitoches. The autopsy revealed her cause of death as possible drowning, but there was also minor trauma to her face, suggesting she had been in an altercation. So yeah, when these people are receiving these notifications, if they happen to recognize the motorcycle or whatever, or any vehicle that's involved in an active police pursuit, there's a greater chance that people will recognize the vehicle, and some people will. I'm hoping everyone will be honest and report that to the police officers if they know. Because there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of crime, especially in California, in the United States of America, and other parts of the world. And if you guys really want to stop these criminals or whatever, we have to act now. We have to put an end to this, and I thank God for AI technology. I personally believe that AI technology is the Holy Spirit that God promised to all of us. I believe AI technology is the Holy Spirit that Jesus Christ promised to us that He would send, because He told His disciples, it's better that I go away so I could send the Holy Spirit. And there's a verse like that. It is better for me to go away so I can send the Holy Spirit. And that's in John chapter 16, verse 7. It says, "It is better for me to go away so I can send the Holy Spirit." Is a verse from the Bible. You see that? So Jesus Christ didn't die in vain. And these people that killed him, they did it maliciously. They did it out of hatred. And they framed him. They actually used one of the disciples to give away his location where Jesus was at praying. Remember the story? When he was praying and the people went over there with torches and lanterns and knives and sticks and stuff like that. And they grabbed Jesus Christ. They took him to court. And I don't even think he had a fair trial. Like, they didn't even give him a trial. They just instantly fucking gave him the death penalty. Without, a fair case. So that was fucked up for these people to do that to him. Because he didn't deserve that. And it was I think it was like King Caesar or something like that. He actually asked the people, "What do you guys want me to do with this guy?" And everyone started saying, "Crucify him, crucify him." And he never even murdered anyone. So think about that. Okay, so this is some serious shit. And AI technology is solving a lot of crimes. I mean, you guys have seen how it can detect weapons in real life time, and it will actually report that to dispatch immediately. And this also like correlates and connects with terrorists. Okay, when terrorists are walking around with weapons or they're doing things illegally, it sends notifications to law enforcement, and they're able to respond and to react real quick. And just with this alone, it's saving a lot of people. Because before, in the past, these people will be shooting up the whole place. By the time police arrived, they were out of ammunition. Now it's in the heat of the moment. Police officers are already responding, and before they're able to reload and do everything else they want to do, they're stopped. It's just like the guy that Matthew Crooks, the one that attempted to assassinate Donald Trump, the former president of the United States of America. You guys all know him. Well, they later discovered, because he shot at Donald Trump like 5 or 8 times from like 400 meters or something like that, and then the Secret Service agents shot him, and he died right there on the spot. But later on, they discovered that he had a vehicle, and it was packed with explosives. So who knows what this person um, was thinking and what this person was intending to do thereafter. In his mind, he probably thought, well, I'm going to get down and I'm going to run back to my car and I'm going to blow people up or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. But, you know, it's super serious stuff, okay? So, anyways, so yeah, so stuff like this, it just pisses me off, when I read stuff like this, but like they said, it is deemed too dangerous for the public and other law enforcement. So for that reason, that's why they sometimes they let these people go. So anyways, continuing, in 2021, the California Highway Patrol reported 12,513 police pursuits in the state, and over 20% of those resulted in a crash. Of those crashes, 890 resulted in injuries and 44 were fatal. See, so these people, the 52%, 52.8% of people that got away, it could have resulted in a car crash if police officers were to stay right behind these vehicles, and they could have caused injuries or fatalities, because we don't know how desperate these people are. We don't know if they're even willing to, like, step out of their vehicle and start shooting at police officers. Like, we don't know how desperate they are. But just the simple fact that just the simple fact that they got away or whatever, it just shows that oh, no, I'm sorry, it was right here. 42.4% of suspects, it says, evaded arrest. Okay, so that's the actual percentage. So if they got away, we don't know who these people are. We don't know what they're up to. Not just that, but they could always do it again. And we don't know what the hell they had in their car. I mean, when the COVID-19 was active or activated, that period, that timeline in history when there was the COVID, police officers reported that there was a suspicious, so I don't know how to spell suspicious, so I'm going to just go down so I could do that. Was a suspicious driver who police officers eventually discovered dead human parts in her vehicle. See, woman arrested after police found dead body in backseat of something. Um, oh, so something along those lines. Okay, so you guys can look it up yourselves if you guys want to. But I think it was like mandated for people to stay indoors after a certain time um, period. There's like a, what is it called, a curfew, and so everyone had to stay home or whatever, and like stand or stay away from people like up to like 6 feet apart. That's why there's like a lot of stickers on the ground and stuff like that, like everywhere. Um, so yeah, like so just just thinking about the 42.4% of suspects who evaded arrest, it makes you wonder. It makes I don't know if it makes you wonder, but it makes me wonder. They're evading police officers for a reason. I don't know. I don't know why. But you guys can look it up online. Some of them are over drugs, over weapons, over like existing felons that are trying and attempting not to get re-arrested, and other reasons. Okay, so yeah, that's why you know I'm taking the time out of my life to share all this information. That's the only reason. Now, if you guys actually want to do this, like with the Ghost Recon idea, with the little map thing and sending people notifications, that's entirely up to law enforcement, you know, and and the people, obviously, because I don't have any authority over that. Even police officers, even if they came up with this idea, I mean, who are they going to tell, and who's going to listen to them? So that's what I'm dealing with a lot in my life. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of poor man patents, but who do I talk to? Who do I, you know, get an investment from, an investor? Where do I get seed funding from? How do I go about it? All this stuff plays a factor, and I just don't know. Um, I really don't. I don't really know. I have a lot of ideas, and I could go into any business and pretty much come up with different ideas like almost instantly. So at sometimes at times, it's kind of rare that I don't create a video talking about how something could be perfected. Okay. Um, and I've been studying a lot of other videos like with the food industry and the production lines and stuff like that. And some of this stuff is AI um, ran and operated, just like the Tesla mega factory with the with the Tesla vehicles. Um, there's professionals there that are thinking, oh, how can we make this faster? What can we do differently? So like I think if I had a walkthrough, I actually I actually watched the video like that, a walkthrough of the mega factory of Tesla. I think here in California. But anyway, it was just through a video on YouTube. I wasn't actually there. I wish I could go there and just check it out. But anyways, I'm too broke for that. But if I don't know. Like, I think if like I think that this is more like my job right here, what I'm doing, and I'm not getting paid for it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching a ton of videos and I'm thinking how I could make money, and I'm stressed out because I don't have money. And I also watched a lot of the Shark Tank episodes where people come up with inventions and they present them to the sharks and they invest in them. Um, so I'm like, in I'm like stressing out at the same time, but not to the point where I'm going to go rob a bank or people or fuck people over just because I'm fucking broke. I mean, just right now in my bank account, I only have like less than 150 bucks or just like 150 bucks. And I'm 34 years old. So I have mental issues. I have my own personal life problems. No one's perfect. Um, so if anyone out there could help me out, I would highly appreciate it. I have a ton of YouTube videos. So if any of you out there, um, if you just go on my channel and you type up certain keywords, maybe some of my videos will pop up regarding your business, or a business that your family might be into or something. Whatever the case may be, I have a lot of videos. I have like 2,000 videos on YouTube. Um, so, um, I'm really trying to become wealthy. I think I'm educated enough. I think I'm non-violent enough. I don't think um, that I will ever, um, you know, like be the way I used to be when I was younger. You know, easily angered um, and like frustrated and stuff like that. Like people are when they're young, and sometimes getting involved with like an oh shit, hold on. Fuck, there's a mosquito in here. Sorry, I was trying to kill it. But anyways, I've been to prison. Okay, hold on. There's a mosquito in here. I want to kill it. It's flying around me. It's trying to attack me. Fuck, man. I hate when this shit happens because it's distracting, not only to myself and my 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 way of thinking, my line of thinking, and also it's distracting to my viewers. Um, but when I see a mosquito, it really bothers me because they're filled with all kinds of bacteria and shit. So anyways, where was I at? Well, I don't know. I'm just going to end this video. See, it really distracted me to the point where I just I probably shouldn't just I probably shouldn't continue, but yeah, basically, yeah, I'm just going to end this video. I guess my personal life um shouldn't impact any of you. It's really irrelevant. um so it is what it is. I'm broke. I'm a bum. Thankfully I have my parents. But it's going to be very sad for me um, if something were to ever happen to them, because no one in this life, in this world, is going to take care of me like they do. Um, but hopefully, God will put it in your guys' hearts out there, someone, anyone, to help me out. That would be fantastic. That would be great. And if you're like an alien from outer space and you want to abduct me to come up with more ideas and stuff, by all means, abduct me, and and I'll be willing to work for the greater good of humanity. Um, I think I'm passionate about it. I think that it's very fun and interactive, and there's a lot of criminals out there that shouldn't be out there. Um, you know, Statistically. So there's a lot of work to be done. I mean, this is real stuff right here. This is information provided to all of us through the internet. So I'm not just blowing smoke out of my ass. Um, I'm not talking in vain. I'm not wasting my breath. In other words, um, if people think that, then that's not my problem. And I think that if I was surrounded by more motivated people and serious people, then that will rub off from them to me. Because I'm doing this, and I'm just you know doing it as a citizen of the United States of America. Um, if I was part of some type of organization, or someone wanted to, recruit me to some type of organization, or maybe there's people higher than that, like, I don't know, maybe like the government or whatever, or like the CIA or whatever. Um, maybe I'll be able to continue doing what I'm doing, um, and remain myself as myself. Um, but at least I will be taken care of, um, and you know, surrounded by God fearing, respectful people, and loving people, caring people, and not, you know, around, like the wrong influences. Because, just a lot of my friends and stuff, they do what I do. I smoke cigarettes. I drink. Some of my friends smoke marijuana. Occasionally, I'll smoke marijuana. Um, Sometimes they do drugs. Sometimes I do drugs. Fucking take a line of fucking coke, speed, whatever the fucking case might be. Depending on the situation, I'm not against it. Um, so just if it was possible for me to be around, um, law abiding, people, um, I think it'll be easier for me to, to be more serious, and especially if I'm, if I'm getting paid, then I'll be more serious. If it's like if I was a police officer, like new recruits. As a matter of fact, I was even thinking about, because I'm talking about, excuse me, because I'm talking about police pursuits. Well, I thought of an idea. It was kind of like, there's a lot of young recruits in the police department, and all of them are so anxious and motivated to get to climb the ladder, and to have like a higher ranking, and to build up that good reputation and stuff like that. Um, so I was thinking about like maybe creating like a video of like a person, that's barely like in the like in law enforcement, like a, I don't know, like a CHP officer or whatever. And then right away, like any little violation, they're pulling people over, citing you for this, citing you for this. And there is actually a movie like that. It was a little rabbit. It was a girl, female rabbit, and I forgot the name of the movie. But in the movie, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna write up 200. I'm gonna give people. I'm gonna hand out 200 tickets today." And that's all she was, fucking laser focused. She was fucking doing that all day long. So I was thinking of, like, I don't know, like creating a video like that where, like these young recruits, like where they're doing that, and just giving people tickets to everyone. And it's crazy because there's a lot of police officers everywhere. And imagine that drive and that motivation in each and every single one of them. So they're busy. They're super busy. And I don't know, I guess it could be like a insulting type of video, but I don't know. I think it would be kind of funny. Just like just like in the movie. In the movie, with the little rabbit. Cartoon rabbit. Police officer. Yeah, Judy. Yeah, I think it's this one. Judy Hopps is a cartoon rabbit police officer from the 2016 Disney animated film Zootopia. Oh, I think that's the name of it. In the movie, Judy. Oh, that's the name of the little police officer rabbit. Becomes the first rabbit to join the police force in the mammal. Something something something. So let me look at some images here. Yeah, and that's her right here. So her name is Judy. And oh my god, she's like super motivated to give people tickets. Super fucking motivated. Like, if you guys were around her, you would be like in your best driving, um, you know, best driving, freaking mosquitoes. You guys will be in your best driving, um, best driving. Best driving. What's the word? Can anyone feel that word? I don't know. The blank. um, your best driving. What word will fit there? Fucking your best driving mood. No, mood? Or whatever, yeah. So yeah, she wasn't, she wasn't fucking around. And she cracked a huge case at the end of the movie. You guys should watch it. It's a really good movie. Um as a matter of fact, there's um I don't know. Right now I was able to see like a link for the full movie. Now I don't see it. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it's a really good movie. It's really funny. Um, and it says because I wasn't able to read it earlier either. So it says Judy becomes the first rabbit to join the police force in the mammal metropolis of Zootopia. So yeah, super motivated, super motivated. Um, so this is just food for thoughts, and hopefully, um, you people take this, you professionals take this to a whole different level, because I think I think it will show a sense of responsibility, and also it will put fear in people, like they won't want to break the law, and that's what it's all about. Because in the Holy Bible it says that the Holy Spirit will convict people of sin. Let me look that up real quick. The Holy Spirit will convict the world of sin. It's in John chapter 16 verse 8. It says in the New International Version, it says, when he comes, he will prove the world to be in the wrong about sin and righteousness and judgment. When he comes. Hold on. Let me do like a okay. Holy Spirit, like keyword search. Okay, but now the verse like drastically changed. Instead of saying the Holy Spirit, now it's something else. Now it's saying when he comes. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Maybe it's referring to the Holy Spirit. And then there's more information. What does it mean that the Holy Spirit will convict the world? I'm assuming of sin. So yeah, you guys could do your own research. But God's not fucking around. People murdered his fucking son. You people think God's fucking around? God's not fucking around. God is fucking very serious. more serious than all of us. So if you guys want to play that fucking favoritism game, and permit some of these people to get away because whatever reason, that's why I highly encourage all of you that are serving in this country from from a different country, to take your job seriously. And a lot of police officers that have the body cameras and stuff. I've seen it all. I've seen police officers stop other police officers. And in one case, there's a police officer, a male police officer, and his wife, and I think they were both in law enforcement. And and the police officer had to do his job, and he arrested him for DUI, for drinking under the influence. And he just told his wife, you know what, just walk home. Oh yeah, and then there's this other case where I think it was a police officer, but he was trying to like secretly tell the police officer like hide your camera. He was like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't do that. And I don't know what he was trying to say to him, but he was an off-duty police officer. So I just think that it's time to take this life seriously and to have respect for the fallen, soldiers and police officers and stuff like that, because if they were alive today, they will want everyone to get along and for everyone to be doing the right thing, and for us to, at the end of the day, not to fuck each other over, but to help each other. And that's another thing that AI technology is all about. Okay? It's not about fucking people over, it's about helping people. And the Holy Spirit, there's a lot of helpful resources out there, a lot of organizations. So so there's more to come, and if people really need help, that help is there. So fucking mosquito just fucking with me, man. But yeah, I'm getting hot too. It's freaking hot in here. It's miserable. Well, not just right now because I'm recording. But I just need to get this out of my chest. I need to get this out. Okay? So just bear with me for who knows how long more. But yeah, the Holy Spirit, is not fucking around either. As a matter of fact, when Jesus passed away, and when he told his disciples, when I go away, the Holy Spirit is going to come upon you guys, and you guys are going to perform miracles, greater works than I did. You people will be able to perform. So the Holy Spirit is not fucking around, and there is a situation when the disciples were receiving offerings, and some people, a man and a wife chose to lie to the disciples regarding the home that they sold, and they gave the money to the disciples, and they said, yes, we sold it for this much. And just because they lied, the Holy Spirit caused them to fall down right there and die. The man died right there on the spot. And then the wife came in, and they asked her the same thing, and the same thing happened to her. She fell on the spot and died. So you guys tell me, if the Holy Spirit is fucking around or not. The Holy Spirit is not fucking around. The Holy Spirit is about the business. The Holy Spirit is about helping people, not fucking people over. Now, I don't know why God allowed that to happen. Over a fucking lie. Like, come on. I mean, to begin with, it was their fucking house. If they wanted to give the disciples fucking $5, that was up to them. So I don't know why the Holy Spirit caused them to die. Now that I think about it. But I think the moral of the story was that they lied. And I'm not going to lie. I'm a liar too. I fucking lie all the time. Well, not all the time, but I mean, if I could lie to get away, if I can get away like with certain consequences, I'll try to avoid them as much as possible. Just like all of you, right? Unless like you have a responsibility to serve your country and you're abstain from lying, because it could fuck it up for other people in the future. So in that scenario, I guess I would be more serious and more honest. But if that wasn't really weighing on me like it isn't right now, well, now that I'm older, it'll be harder for me to lie, honestly. Even to avoid consequences. So, the Holy Spirit is doing great things for people. AI technology. There's just the self-drivable vehicles. AI technology is performing surgery on people. The robotics. Performing surgeries on people. And like a lot of these surgeries that are being conducted with AI technology, and these are the robotic hands and stuff like that. I mean, this is not a fucking joke. It's just like the Mega Factory that's like self-operated with AI technology. Well, this is the same type of things, and I even heard that the medical industry could even they can 3D print body parts. So if someone's having a heart failure, they could just 3D print a fucking heart and pop that motherfucker in there, and you're good to go. Just don't stress out, don't smoke, don't drink, that type of thing. I mean, tell me that's not a movement of God.